Jimmy, welcome to our latest YouTube video. Congrats on the
Cool.
new role. You must be excited.
Yes, thanks very much for having me. Really, really excited. Amazing news, a bit of a shock. It's been a whirlwind kind of last few days trying to get everything organized. Um, been speaking to lots of people, and I am really excited to get going in September, really, which feels like a long way away. Um, but actually, when pre-season hits in a couple of months, I'm sure time will fly past, but so excited to get going at the moment.
I can just imagine what that whirlwind's been like over the past week or so.
Yeah, my phone is just non-stop at the moment. Phone calls, texts, emails, trying to organize things. It's different from what I'm used to.
Indeed, indeed. Now,
Yeah.
listen, a lot of supporters will be aware of your role from the women's team,
Yes.
which has obviously been really successful over the last couple of years. But explain to supporters maybe some of your football journey pre-Windsor.
Yeah. So I'm 28 now. I sort of started my first coaching job at 19, and believe it or not, that was straight out of college I went to America first, in California to work with a company. So straight out there, one of the best things I've ever done, throwing myself right in the deep end. Um, Once the visa out there expired after almost a year, straight back here, I work and still do now at a college called Fab Football Academy based over at Bisham. So working a lot there as a coach, which then eventually led to some things in the academy system with MK Dons and Swindon, sort of through the 23, 24, and then 24, 25 seasons. Um, and now it's all eventually blended and led to the last 18 months, which has been with the Windsor women, and now today here with the 18s on this new journey.
Oh, fantastic. Now,
Mm.
listen, I was going to ask whether coaching was always the direction you wanted to go down, but I assume it must have been if you started that early.
It has, yeah. I think I did my first coaching badge at 16. Um, so it was always on the agenda, and it was something when I was still playing, I knew a career in sport was something that I wanted to do, so I had it sort of going on at the same time. And when you start to leave school and have to think about the big wide world, coaching was the obvious answer for me. So yeah, it was always a goal, and since 19 has stayed as a goal until now. It's what I do day to day, and love it. It's such a nice thing to do.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And
Mm.
has there been a influential figure at all, like someone you really looked up to on your journey so far?
So the person that one of my teachers was actually the one that got me into coaching, who I still speak to now. He works over in Aylesbury, I think now. So he was the one that got me into it. And then once I got into those academy systems, the amount of incredible coaches that are there and so talented. You get to speak to so many people, and in that system they're all very willing to share ideas, help you learn, support you. So it's such a great environment there to be in and develop. So there was lots and lots of role models in there, and funnily enough, one I still stay close to now works with Arsenal's under 23 ladies, so it's quite a nice link there. He was incredible for me. um, and and then funnily enough, now when we keep talking about role models, working with Kathy and Coops, two incredible, incredible people, um, people persons, I guess is the word I'm
Yeah,
looking for.
yeah.
Their energy, and I'm trying to learn some of the ways that they create sort of those team ethics and group ethics. So they're amazing people to learn from still within the Windsor club. We're so lucky to have so much talent in it. Webby is amazing as well.
I suppose that's the thing, right, with coaching is you always want to evolve yourself. So
Mm.
the bigger that community is that you can build up over time and you can just
Yeah.
always pick brains and
Hmm.
what have you, it just allows you to continually evolve.
Yeah. I mean, when we're coaching, they sort of always put us through what's our ideas, what's our way of playing. And if you would have seen even sort of 2 years ago the way that I thought about playing and wanted to maybe play, that's changed to now. It will look totally different. When I hear new information, all the research today in football that goes on in the background, it changes year by year and helps you evolve, and it's quite exciting to always be changing as well.
Totally,
Mm.
totally. Now, with the under 18s,
Mm.
I always think the under 18s manager's an interesting role in that I guess
Yeah.
you have to get that balance
Mhm.
between player development and I
Yeah.
guess like while results aren't the be all and end all, you still want to instill that winning mentality. So like how difficult can that sometimes be marrying up player development with that constant urge to wanting to win games and win leagues,
Yeah.
etc.?
It's such a interesting question and such a balance that needs to be struck, because I guess, or the primary role for us in the 18s is to develop players for Windsor's first team and to start creating a consistent pathway for them to come to us, spend some time with us in the 18s, and hopefully quickly, in an ideal world, or through the 2 years, start to transition towards playing with the first team with Webby. Um, and I think even some success out of that can look like, can we bring in some great young players, help them develop? And it might not always be Windsor, especially with Windsor pushing up into step 4, having great goals to go on to step 3, step 2, maybe even in the future. Can we help support players on their next journey? Is that helping them get to a step 5 club when they leave us? Is that helping them get to a step 6 club when they leave us? I think they're all important consideration. And then you mentioned on the flip side, I think what we want to start creating and our next job in the 18s is to show people that we can help them progress, give them a platform to reach their goals in men's football. And sometimes that comes with creating more of an elite environment. When people look around in the area, one of the general first things they might look at is who are the top teams, and that generally comes with winning games, and then showing talented young players that we can surround them with other talented young players as well. So there's definitely a balance of both this year, that we want to strike.
And it's all about, as you say, it's all about that high performance
Hmm.
environment, right? Just creating an environment of high performance in
It,
everything you do.
it's really interesting because I think year on year, times are changing with young players. I think if I rewind probably 10 years ago to when I was still playing, it was very much get into your under 18s football, enjoy that for 2 years, then start considering your next step. Nowadays, I hear a lot of people wanting to hear about pathways to men's football now, at 16, and having ambitions straight away to get on that journey. So it's about, helping people with their ambitions and meeting them in the middle and helping them transition along the way. So there's definitely changes in the modern game for sure.
Yeah, that's really interesting actually, because I mean,
Mhm.
it is really about, I guess, getting players to trust the process, as you say, because
Exactly.
they
Mhm.
want stuff immediately, but
Yes.
actually
Yeah.
sometimes the short term the
Mhm.
short term gain isn't going to get you the long term.
No, exactly. I think sometimes it's about reminding people that, at 16, at 17, you've still got a long, long time in football. And actually, not rushing is sometimes for the best and can really help them because, particularly the jump from 18s to men's football, especially now with step four, it's a big jump. It's not as simple and not as easy as sometimes I think it's thought to be. So trying to keep people enjoying their 18s football is a really big thing for me, and helping them over that 2 years. And and there is that transition as well into a winning performance based environment when you get to adult football, which is different from that younger age group as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And I guess we've got some actually, I guess one helpful thing from your perspective is there's some good examples now actually at the club
Mhm.
where if you take someone like Webby from a management perspective,
Yeah.
Ben Cat from a player perspective, where they went from step 6
Yeah.
pre-Windsor
Mhm.
down to step 7 to take that one step back to
Yeah.
now being all at step 4.
Yeah. And it just shows with the right people, the right environment, what is possible.
Yeah.
Just because now, um, they might not be quite ready for that step into men's football. 6 months of hard work and training in our kind of environment, hopefully we can provide them that stepping stone into men's football as well.
Totally. Now, you held some trials last week.
We did.
How did they go?
Um, Really well. Had a great turnout. Um, what what pleased me most was the amount of talented young players that came through the door. It was it gets you a little bit more excited and ready to get going. Um, we've actually got another one next week. So anyone watching this that fancies coming along, please feel free to reach out. I think we can put some stuff on social media for that. But it's a great chance to see some of the boys. And this time the plan is to blend in some of the current squad, some other faces that I've worked with over the years. So really now getting to know the group a little bit better and keep moving forward. So really great weekend, actually. Really impressed because it was quite a stressful turnover from being appointed on Thursday to hosting trials on Saturday morning.
I can imagine. I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Mm.
Now, you mentioned some of like last season's squad there. How many do you lose because of age
Yeah,
this
so without having sort of a list in front of me, there's a chunk that are heading away onto new adventures. Um, we have, and with George, the benefit was there was also a younger squad. So we do keep a few faces, and I've been in touch with them this week, getting to know some of them and sort of seeing their plans for the season, which majority are keen on continuing with us. So it'll be good to see them next week for the first time. So I would say you've got over half that are going to stay, and there's some fresh faces I think we'll be seeing on the pitch come September as well, which is nice.
Yeah, that's great. That's
Mm.
great. Now you've been involved as well as the women, and you kind of
Mhm.
touched upon it a minute ago. Like you've been involved in our successful under 16s who recently
Yes.
won the league. So congrats on
Mm.
that.
Thank you very
But yeah,
much.
talk about some of the talent coming through from that age group. But also, are you seeing a
Mm.
below them a pathway already forming from 14s to 15s,
Yes.
etc.?
Yeah. So speaking of my 16s that we've had at Windsor the last year, great group. Been lucky enough to work with some of them since the age of 10. Met them really young. So again, six seasons with some of them. And we've had players come in through the years, which has been lovely. They were under the Windsor banner. They won the South Bucks Youth League this year in the
Which is a
last.
really strong league, isn't it?
It was a strong
That's
league.
really strong.
It was tight. We had a little bit of a tough start. I think 4 draws in the first 5 games, which we thought, how do we come back from that? But then we went on a bit of a run, win, 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 and managed to just about, um, win the league in the last couple of games. We were waiting to see on other results, and it went our way. So really positive for them winning their Sunday league, and they also won their Saturday league. So that was great. Some really good players that I'm hoping to help invite to Windsor as well. We've also got some younger lads, as you mentioned, the 15s and the 14s. I've just, as part of the new management team, Kevin and Gary are
Yeah.
coming into the management team, which is a really great help, because it's going to help blend the successful and the talented 15s boys that they know in their team and the other age groups across Windsor. So that's going to be really, really nice bridge for that. And then staying away from football this weekend, or not this weekend, this season, it's going to be quite good to allow me to go and watch some of these local games, because I've had my head so with the 16s at Windsor. I haven't seen much of the other groups. So it's going to be nice to get out, build some relationships, watch some football, and see what we've got coming up over the next couple of years at Windsor as well.
And I guess another important aspect of your role will be building relationships with local schools.
Yeah, so it's been something I've already started to do. Had some really good conversations with people involved at kind of local colleges, because the particular ages I'm sort of working with are those 15s, 16s, 17s, 18s. That's probably the 4 main age groups at the moment, and then keeping an eye a little bit younger. But had some really good chats with people involved in colleges and things like that, and also people involved at other football kind of ventures that are all around these days at a local grassroots level. So some really positive conversations last couple of weeks that I'm excited about and looking to explore and create links for the 18s.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And I guess at the other end of the scale, the importance of you building that relationship with Webby and
Yeah.
the first team to
Mhm.
really show there is that pathway through.
Yeah, absolutely. Love Webby. Webby's amazing. Known him now for, I think he's been here for the 18 months that I've been here.
Yeah.
Um, Unbelievable guy. The way he speaks about football is he has so much energy, so much passion. So it's great to spend time with him when I can. I've been sort of speaking to him on a almost daily basis recently. Even I know he's been away and he's probably sick of me. He's on holiday and he's probably sick of me texting him, calling him. Um, but what's great is that I think and hope everyone will see how connected we are. That we talk all the time. We're going to be speaking about players all the time, and making sure there's all those opportunities that the under 18s want with Webby. And so hopefully we can start to push some of them into Webby's sphere of influence.
Which is incredibly important, right? Because you say
Mm.
when it comes to your player attraction,
Hmm.
for them to see that visibility of
Yeah.
you and the relationship you got with Webby,
Yes.
is what's going to attract players to want to come and play for you.
Yeah. And that's such a, what I love about Windsor is everybody's really interested in what's going on across the whole kind of club family. Um, Having Webby have that interest is so positive, because without it, it just makes life so difficult. Um, and so he's just such a blessing. I can't wait to work with him more this year. He's just amazing, and so looking forward to that one with Webby.
Now, off the field, the club's put an application in for a 3G pitch. How
Okay.
important is that from your perspective for the club and obviously the wider
Mhm.
community?
It's I think it's going to be absolutely huge for the football club. to have somewhere that we can call a base, a home, a training facility, a match day facility, I think is going to be absolutely massive. One of the big challenges now in pre-season is finding appropriate spaces to train. Really challenging these days with the amount of people that want good facilities. Um, so if we can get that planning application within the club, the amount of positive benefits it's going to have for all age groups, from under nines, tens, all the way up to youth, women's, and men's, is going to be great. And then it's just going to be a nice space, I think, for other members of the community to come and train. I know, particularly in Windsor, we've had community things with women's development. The amount of youth players we have is incredible, across all the ages. So it's going to be amazing if that all goes through, and I can't wait to see the next phase of that and see it kind of take shape over the next 12 months, hopefully.
100, yeah, I mean, it's so exciting. It really
Mm,
is exciting.
yeah.
Um, it would be remiss of me not to talk to you about your work with a women's team. You must
Yes.
be really proud of what that squad achieved last year.
Yeah. What Kathy, what the girls, the squad have done over the past, or 2 years. I've been involved for the last 18 months, but it's been incredible to start a new team all the way, and sort of, I think it all happened in a meeting one day, just a few faces walking in and saying, let's start a women's team, to go back to back promotions, to be in League One. Um, it's just amazing. I know I couldn't be more proud of the group. I know Kathy is so proud of the group, and we're really lucky. The club is so supportive of women as well. We're so fortunate to have great backing from Mark and Tracy and the club to really help promote and give these ladies a great place and to play football.
And what can they go on to achieve this year, do you think? Do you think you can make it a third successive title? Can they make it a third title?
No pressure, no pressure. Do you know what? Why not have the goal of that? Why not aim high and see where it can take you? We've been really fortunate to attract some ladies that have played higher levels, and come to join us just through what they've heard about the positive, um, influence and, support of the ladies team here at Windsor. So why not aim for that? I know we've had, again, some incredible interest because of the success we've had over the last 2 years leading into the new season and the trials that we'll be hosting there as well. So I think we can be positive. I don't want to. I don't want to put too much pressure on Kathy and I, headed into that new season. But why not aim high, right? Why not?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. All right, back to the under 18s.
Mm.
When have you got players? Obviously, you've got, as you say, another trial, etc., coming up. But when have you got the players inviting back for a full pre-season?
So full pre-season is to be confirmed. Hopefully going to be sitting down with the management team over the next couple of weeks, I think, to talk about that. It it will be July, mid-July.
Because your season doesn't start, league doesn't start till September, right?
Yeah, I think
So
when I sort of looked back at when the first game was last season, I believe there was a cup game that fell on something like the 24th of August, with
yes, yes, yes.
with league that followed on in September, once I think their academic year kind of kicks in. So I think the discussion is 6 to 8 week pre-season.
Yeah,
I'm really conscious of, and this is the challenges with youth football as well. A good portion of the boys will be coming out of GCSE exams, at the very end of June. That kind of all finishes. So I'm really conscious that I don't want to go, you've worked so hard the last few months and then go whack, you're coming into preseason the next day. I think I want to try and find a way that they can switch off and have a little bit of a summer break around that. So, to be confirmed, but probably around mid-July.
Yeah.
Mm.
And possibly way too early to ask this final question, but
Yeah.
what does success look like for you in year one?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
do you have any kind of more medium term goals
Yeah.
that you want to achieve?
I think medium term goals would be to create a positive, strong squad that people enjoy coming to, people enjoy coming to watch. Because I'd love to see some more faces at the games in the evening. I know it's a challenge in the week, but I'd love to create some entertaining football there. Um, but positive place to be, positive group, exciting group of young players. And then pushing on from there, it's all the things we've spoken about. Next priority is, can we get some minutes? It's, can we get them to training with the first team? Can we get them potentially in the squad for the first team? And then the top end goal, can we get them some minutes in the first team? We had it this season at the very end, which was amazing. And now can we go on and have a season where we beat that? Get some more minutes. Can we get someone to start? That, I think that would look like amazing success for our youth team. Um, and then again, without putting too much pressure on everyone, but I like a bit of pressure, seeing if we can get some more wins and get ourselves up that under 18s league title. Because it would be nice to, we've had success with the men's, we've had success with the women's. Can we now get some success with the 18s? I think that's the next big goal for me.
Well, listen, Jimmy, thank you, and honestly, on behalf of everyone at the club
Mm.
and supporters, obviously everyone's behind you and the rest of your management
Thank you
team,
very
and
much.
honestly, all the very best with a new
Mhm.
role. And look forward to catching up again
Yeah.
soon.
Thank you for having me. And I know I can't wait to get started and meet everyone around the club in the next few months. So looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Cheers, Jimmy.
Thank you.
There we go.